Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Hiveswap Friendsim. So last time we met Polly Button, olive-blooded assassin, and we went to the movies with her and maybe became Moirails? Anyway, we became her assassination partner at least. Anyway, she was awesome, I love her. Let's see who the next person is. If I remember right, they were a indigo blood, wearing like a suit vest and like jeans or something? Yeah, Zebruh Codakk. Alright. Your stroll takes you into a nice part of town that seems to have larger, more McMansion-style hives. Based on your past experience on Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper-class enclaves equal safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know where you'll find your next friend. Yeah, every indigo blood or cerulean blood we've met has been, rather violent towards us so far. The power of positive thinking must be on your side because someone emerges out of the shadows of these sprawling suburbs. Hello. Oh, hello there. I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks. So is he like a playboy or something? Oh, he's going through all the different quadrants, isn't he? You don't know where you are, do you? By this point in your time on Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive in the ways of the world, but you don't know what you could say to try and convince this guy that you've got any kind of street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, but he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood. Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivety? That sure would be fantastic luck. It's a good thing that I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of lowbloods as I am. Oh, but I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad. Wow, he's hitting on me in every quadrant. I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what color your blood is? You hesitate. While you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society, you're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood color plays in this world. And you've managed to gather by now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. What do you do? Just tell the truth. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red. I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red blood before. I mean, I don't think I've ever made friends with a red blood before. You don't know what a quadrant is, or what it means to fill one. Given your experience on this planet so far, you're nervous that it could mean something violent. In about a quarter of the cases, it means something violent. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is. You come on strong. Nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help out the underserved members of this community when you can. My hive is this way, shall we? You follow him down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night because you see lots of other trolls walking around here too. Most of them are dressed as nice as Zebruh. I don't know how we know his name because he never introduced himself, I don't think. And you see a few shabbier looking trolls that must be low bloods walking with high bloods. Today is actually Flushed Affirmation Day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate spirits out to celebrate. So is that like Valentine's Day? Lucky for you, my flush quadrant is currently empty, so I'm all yours tonight. That sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friends with plenty of other friends. Sure. Sharing can be a good time if you're into that. I could be, speaking personally. Like maybe with two low bloods, but not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has got to respect each other, you know? I don't know if he's being sincere or not. It's hard to tell. Wow, what? You have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place. You decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows how he might misinterpret you next. Huh. Looks like there are a lot of high blood, low bloods couples out tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these low bloods are probably with their mate spirits because it's socially advantageous. Pretty shitty of the high bloods to take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. Yeah, this is pinging a lot of red flags. Generally, if you have to tell people that you're socially conscious, it means you're not. I think it's super terrible when high bloods don't treat their low blood mate spirits like the queens that they are. You look around at all the other couples. The class divide is pretty noticeable, and some of the high blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces when talking to their low blood dates. Well, that sucks. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed mate spirit kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders. Yeah. It could maybe be a cute coupley thing, you guess, except she's sure laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot pressing into the back of his neck. Yeah, that's not a healthy relationship. At least, I don't think so. They could be into that, I don't know, I'd have to talk to them. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kind of humiliating. That's a good face. Zebruh sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically. In the process of waving his arms around in disgust, he slips an arm over your shoulders. Being too forward there, dude. Back off. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to see something like that. You're trying to think of a tactful and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulders when you arrive at what must be his hive. Okay, so interestingly, up to this point, I've been okay with the idea of getting with most of these trolls in quadrants. But the more Zebruh talks, the less I want to actually have their relationship with him. He's like, he kind of reminds me of a sort of less desperate Eridan right now, which is not a good thing. It's the biggest, most McMansion-y hive on the block, and when he stops in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly at sprawling home. Welcome to my humble abode. I just feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. Oh, of course Zebruh has a zebra. I figured. Horse puns. When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished-looking white zebra. I mean, I think albino zebras do exist, although they have more like golden-colored stripes. It has normal zebra markings all over its body, except for around its neck, where the dark gray zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. That's cool. You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting. Don't mind my Lucis. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. But he lets me keep lowbloods around the hive to help out and stuff, so he's not all bad. Let me give you the grand tour. As Zebruh takes you through the spacious hive, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebruh's. You're guessing these are the lowbloods he just mentioned? So are these servants, or like, other past quadrant mates? Because that's a bit concerning, maybe. They seem to be all doing chores. Sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime and troll-sized bathtubs for other, possibly fresher green slime. Each of them glances up at you and Zebruh when you pass by, then look deferentially away. The zebra Lucis is following you, and every time you exit a room it pauses in the doorway to whinny out what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive at an empty ballroom-looking space upstairs, where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what must have been quite a party. Zebruh seems to notice you, noticing how all the trolls in here are scrubbing the floor, and how they're all avoiding your eyes. See? I told you I'd take in plenty of guests. I believe it's important to promote diversity, you know? So that's why you don't see other indigo bloods here. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing your labor when it's necessary, right guys? Yeah, you're full of shit, man. A few lowbloods mutter an affirmation, while others just put their sponges and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zebruh looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them. They don't all realize yet that my hive's a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. So I feel like Zebruh would feel more at home on Before Us, maybe. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. Let's take care of you, shall we? Perhaps his Lucis has had enough of tolerating your presence, because it takes the opportunity to stop following you and go huff at more of Zebruh's guests. Now, for better or worse, you are alone and Zebruh has turned all of his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly. The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you feel like going out in the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I could introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know? Or if you're tired, I can show you to your guest room now and we can have a nice night in. I don't know if I want to go to your guest room, considering how you treat your guests. Go out or stay in? Let's go out. I don't really want to be here, man. You're not crazy about the idea of being alone with this guy for the rest of the night. Plus, if he's as popular as he says he is, that means more potential friends for you to meet. You tell him that you're interested in going out. Cool, cool. That sounds like a great time. I'll just go get ready. Actually, I think I'm more in the mood for a nice quiet night in. Maybe television streaming service and lower the temperature if that's cool with you. Netflix and chill. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh boy. If that has the same connotations as it does on Earth, it's not cool with you. You stumble through expressing some misgivings, but he talks over you. Great. Sounds like we both feel like staying in tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm psyched to stay in and have you all to myself. I just want you to feel comfortable, whatever we choose to do. Dude, you're sketchy and I want to leave. Please let me go. Why? Why is it all the high bloods? Can we meet a nice high blood, please? You're not sure why he... Well, not high blood, but blue blood? Well, I guess high blood. Relatively. You're not sure why he asked what you wanted to do, since your preferences don't seem to matter much. My Lucis and my guests have probably prepared a delicious meal for you by now, but let's finish the tour first. I assume you want to see my room. You tell him, sure, bedrooms are a great way for people to express their personalities, and as his friend, you're interested in getting to know him better. No, can we stay away from your bedroom? He doesn't seem to have heard part of the sentence, but it's okay. Hopefully he got the gist. When you get to his enormous room, it's decorated with posters of musicians on the wall and what seem to be social justice slogans. Oh god, you're one of those people. The people who pretend to be, like, all for, like, progression and equality and all that, but you're just doing it. One poster has a symbol with clawed hands and several different colors coming together to hold a trident with the word unity under it. Please. Another poster features a rainbow of colors ranging from rust to olive green that proclaims him to be a low-blood ally. Why? Two other low-blood servants are in here, one of them standing on a stepladder to dust some high shelves, while the other crawls around on the floor, scrubbing and picking up wrappers that Zebruh seems to have just littered there. Pretty sweet place, right? You look confused by the posters. Your music taste probably isn't refined enough to have heard of my favorite bands. I only listen to subversive musicians that speak truth to power. Luckily you have me to teach you how to confront your privilege and support marginalized artists. Also, did you notice my rad pile? It's a perfect setup for feelings jams with your moirail. He winks at you. You don't know what a moirail is or what he means by feelings jam, which sounds like in theory it could be a nice thing, but maybe not given the sleazy way he says it. It's nice when you do it with the right person. I've had a feelings jam in real life. It was good. You tell him it looks like a very nice pile of things. You spot a couple pillows, what looks to be a puppet with a disturbingly long nose. How'd you get a Smuppet? Some random bow ties, a few horseshoes. You look intrigued. Wanna lie down on it for a second? We don't have to do anything, but sometimes it can be nice to just, you know, pacify each other a little bit. He sprawls on the pile in what he probably thinks is an enticing way, like he wants you to draw him like one of your French girls. You turn away to try and hide the disturbed expression on your face because turning down his advances probably isn't the best way to secure his friendship. As your eyes cast about the rest of the room, you notice that a low-blood servant is scrubbing the floors having a coughing fit. You can tell that she's trying to cough unobtrusively, but it seems like she's hacking her lungs up, with each big cough wrecking her whole body and making her shoulders shake. Concerned, you crouch down by her side. She jumps when she notices your concern, and mumbles that she's fine and that you don't need to worry. But she doesn't look fine. Now that you're getting a closer look, you can tell that she seems to be underfed and exhausted, with the sickly shadows on her face and scraped up knees and elbows. She looks bad, and you know bad, considering how much of your time you've recently spent stumbling around with the various excruciating injuries. You mentioned to Zebruh that his guest is not looking so good. He frowns, getting up from his pile of stuff to come investigate, blinking down at you in confusion, not sparing a glance for the low blood. What? What are you even talking about? The servant tries to go back to her scrubbing, but she struggles with coughing and scrubbing simultaneously. It's hard for you to watch. Surely she would feel better if she took a break and ate or drank something. You ask Zebruh about the hot meal that he said was being cooked for you. Maybe you can give some of it to this poor sick troll. Geez, you're making me look bad. Haha. There's no way a guest in my house could be going hungry. I respect low-bloods and do everything in my power to take care of them. What, you think you're a better ally than I am? Considering your status, or lack thereof on this planet, you're not sure you can count as an ally so much as a member of the oppressed underclass. But you let that slide. You hasten to explain that you didn't mean to criticize him, and you're sure he's doing a fine job at being an ally to low-bloods. Yeah, well, it's not easy. Whatever. Maybe we should go eat now. I don't feel like having a feelings jam anymore. He turns and leaves the room without showing any sign that he'll do something for the sick low-blood. You mouth an apology to her behind his back, and she just gives you a tired wave and goes back to scrubbing. Yeah, this guy's a total dick. I don't like him. Zebruh leads you downstairs to the dining room, where his Lucis is supervising a team of low-bloods setting the table with what looks like a 4-course meal. The look on the Lucis Zebra's face is now even more disdainful than before, and its bow tie seems angrier. I want to see the angry bow tie, but I can't. Looks like dinner's almost ready. Cool, cool. Of course, you're probably not going to offer to pay for any of it, are you? Figures. Lowbloods, I mean trolls in general, are always expecting me to provide for them without ever offering any concupiscence in return. Isn't concupiscence like reproduction, basically? So he's mad that he paid for somebody's food on a date and they didn't have sex with him, basically. Yeah, he's a skeepy dude. For once, you're kind of glad that you're unfamiliar with his alien vocabulary and innuendo. You have absolutely no money, which he definitely knows. You can pay him back for the dinner and friendship? Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I want to be friends with someone who has a problem with the way I do activism. I have it on good authority that from every other high blood I know that my intersectional praxis is valid. You stumble over your words in your haste to assure him that you in no way meant to say he's not valid. You've never met a true soul valid. No one believes in his validity more than you do. Whatever, let's just eat. You both sit down at the table while the lowbloods set the table, light the candles, and serve the appetizer course. You can't help but notice that most of them look just as malnourished and sickly as the troll upstairs, but it might be best not to bring that up again. You eat in silence for a while, and Zebruh looks like he's stewing over something. Then he sets his fork down and looks over the table at you with a frown. You know what? I just realized. You totally denied my lowblood her own agency when you questioned me about not feeding her. That's not how it works, dude. Yeah, what you said was totally problematic. You don't respect lowbloods at all, do you? Not like I do. You try to apologize, saying that it was not your intention to disrespect anyone, but that you're sorry you apparently did. He doesn't let you get the words out. People don't realize how tough it is to be a high-blood troll who believes in social justice. Seriously, I face my own kind of oppression for speaking out and being an activist for low-blood rights. For one thing, I never get the conciliation or concupiscence I deserve. My quadrants are always going to be unfilled because no one else agrees with my radical views. Yeah, he's worse than Eridan. He's like Cronus levels. I thought you'd be different, but you don't get it either. You try to tell him that he's got you all wrong. You agree with his radical views and believe in low-blood rights, which is why you were concerned for his guest in the first place. But he acts like you didn't say any of what you just said. You're just another one of the oppressors, complicit in the unequal power structures of our fucked up society. Your lack of awareness of your own privilege really makes me sick. You must think you're so oppressed with your red blood and multiple injuries. What you're doing now, rejecting me and criticizing me, it's really the same as what the subjugulators do to the lowbloods they cull. You probably deserve whatever shitty position you have in society, unlike me. I deserve to have this nice house and lowblood servants and full quadrants for being such a good activist, okay? He's standing up by now, advancing on you with a zebra stamping its hooves, threatening it at his side. You scramble back, trying to make your way to the front door. It's tricky because you have to step around all the lowbloods who seem to feel strongly that they should get away from Zebruh when he's angry. You don't make it to the front door fast enough on your own. Ow, did we just get kicked? Yep. With a terrifying equine scream, Zebruh's Lucis rears up on its hind legs and strikes you with its hooves, battering you through the front door and breaking some of your recently healed ribs again. Take your privilege and offensive views and get out. Anyone who doesn't respect lowbloods is not welcome as a guest in my hive. Game over. It would behoove you to stay away. Gladly. I don't want to see that dude ever again. But I have to at least 2 more times. For the other endings. Show me my room, please. You think that going out with Zebruh on Flushed Affirmation Day might potentially give him the wrong idea, and besides, you're pretty tired, so you don't feel like going out. You tell him you're ready to retire to your guest room now. Sure. Oh, bruh, by the way, have you heard of Chixie Roixmer? You probably haven't. You don't seem like you're a very serious music fan. They've got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low-blood musician friends is playing a show for the holiday, and I can get us in because I'm super connected in the scene. We should go just in case she's there. Okay, so he's just going to do the opposite of whatever we tell him we want to do. Totally not a red flag in a relationship. You could have sworn you told him you wanted to stay in tonight, but okay. You can gather the remains of your energy and go out to his concert with him. That's what a good friend would do. He takes you across town to the concert, only trying to hold your hand or put his arm around you a couple of times on the way, so it could be worse. Maybe hand-holding is totally platonic on Alternia? You hope so. The concert itself is one troll with a guitar and a harmonica who, according to Zebruh, is a lowblood whose songs are spreading truly radical messages, almost as radical as Chixie's. You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. You ask Zebruh what the lyrics mean since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question. What? The lyrics are about, well, they're about a lot of things. Social justice and oppression and stuff. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, if you're not on my level already, I don't know what I can really say, you know? But enough about the music. I want to talk about you. What sort of things are you into? You haven't had many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interests. How exciting! You say that you like playing games, but he's already interrupting you. Cool, cool. Sounds great. Really interesting stuff. But what's your quadrant situation like? It's harder to pretend that you know what he's talking about now that he's asked you about quadrants directly. You admit that you have no idea what he means by quadrant situation. Whoa, you're even more clueless than I thought. Don't worry, I still find you attractive. He goes into a brief, but not really brief enough, explanation of the 4 types of romance in Alternia. Matespritship, the flesh quadrant, which to you sounds the most analogous to human romantic partnerships. Moral allegiance, the pale quadrant, which sounds like an exceptionally codependent friendship by human standards. Auspisticism, the ashen quadrant, which you don't understand at all. And Kismicitude, the black quadrant, which just sounds like someone repeatedly hooking up with someone you hate. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate description. You're fuzzy on the details of all 4 of these, but you understand enough to get that he's asking if you're single. You tell him that you, really just want to be friends. So is this confirmation that, that the player character is Arrow Ace? Because that'd be cool. Of course. I super respect your choices. If you ever change your mind, I'm right here. And being in a quadrant with an influential, yet sensitive and socially aware indigo blood like myself can make it a lot easier for you to survive and thrive on Alternia. Wasn't he criticizing that kind of high blood, low blood, socially advantageous relationship just a few hours ago? It would be very friendly of you to point out his hypocrisy. Why'd I struggle with that? So you don't mention it. After another song, another troll at the club sidles up to Zebruh and whispers something in his ear, then skulks off again. Zebruh looks alarmed, glancing around him and edging towards the club exit. I just got a tip that there's about to be a calling at this concert. We should get out of here. You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around at the rest of the audience still enjoying the show. You and Zebruh are the only ones getting ready to leave. Is he going to warn any of the other trolls here of the danger? Oh no, definitely not. If I were to warn any of these lowbloods that calling is coming, that could mean risking my life too. Not that I've ever tried, but everyone knows that. The highbloods here will probably be fine though. We've got each other's backs. It's important to look after your comrades in the struggle. Sure enough, you can see the other trolls here, who, much like Zebruh, stand out because they're wearing nice clothes, are casually but urgently leaving the concert venue. The lowbloods are all still clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one has given them a tip-off. Come on, we've got to scram. Oh, I was hoping they'd give me a choice to alert everyone. I guess not. The 2 of you abscond, getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time Zebruh decides it's safe to slow down, you are tired and out of breath. Looking around, it seems like you've arrived back in the high blood part of town. You wonder if the drones have descended on all those trolls at the club by now, and you just can't hear it because this neighborhood is too far away, closed off and sheltered from the violence. Whew, that was a close one. Going to low-blood culture events like that can be dangerous, but it's one of the risks that you have to take if you want to be an activist. I can't tell you how many times I've risked a calling to fight for low-blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state. He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes. Let go of me. I just think it's so cool how you supported me back there when we risked our lives for the cause. That's probably the best way you can contribute as an activist and ally, you know? By supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that. This guy just does not want to take no for an answer. Once again, you reiterate that friendship is what you're looking for here. He nods enthusiastically and squeezes your hand tighter. Fuck yeah, I love friendship. I've always believed that strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. I agree with that in principle, but not in this current situation, dude. I'm not gonna call you friend, you don't deserve it. And many trolls start by being friends first and enter into a quadrant later. Even if you try to be friends but then fight too much, I can still prepare you for a colligenous quadrant. Either way, the thought of being your friend makes my blood pressure beat a little faster. Sure, you say, if what we're doing is extolling the benefits of friendship, then boy do you have some things to add to his list. For instance, friendship can give you a sense of platonic companionship with your fellow man, and friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move, or take you to the airport, or other non-romantic activities. You think friendship is a great thing to pursue for its own merits. Friendship is so great that once you have it, why would you want anything more? Hell yeah, you're totally so right about the friendship is a great first step. Did you enjoy the concert tonight? Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights? You think that going by your blood color and how often you have almost gotten killed by those more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. But you decide not to split hairs and just tell them that yes, you'll be an ally to yourself. That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. If you're an ally to lowbloods, then I'll allow you to be my matesprit. Friend, you correct him. You can be his friend. Right, sure, yep. I meant to say friend. He lets go of your hand finally, which at least counts for a partial victory, and winks. Victory! Please go away. And now we're going to go for what is... And normally I would call this the bad ending, but in this case, I'm going to consider this the good ending. Tell him the truth. No, lie and say I have a high blood color. Yeah, that's the right one. Oh, really? It's not that I don't want to be friends with other high bloods, but I'm a busy troll, you understand. So I only befriend folks that I might, you know, want to fill a quadrant with someday. Besides, high bloods just don't need as much help in our unjust society. Stay awakened. Stay woke. He pumps his fist in the air and you immediately copy him, but the gesture doesn't seem to be enough to change his mind about you not being oppressed enough for his tastes. So, I just don't think it's going to work out between us. Out of his league. Game over. Alright, bye. Bye forever. So we went from one of the best trolls to one of the worst trolls. That was fun. Seriously, just friends. You learned how to be a better ally to, yourself. Goodbye. I don't have much to say about him that I haven't already said, so... Thanks for watching, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!